Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Orlando, and today we're talking about should you get into real estate now or should you wait? These are the two that I get questions on all the time. Well, let me just say this. There are many reasons why you should wait. There's reasons why you should buy, and we're gonna get into that. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you will know if you should get into real estate. Number one, are your finances in check? What do I mean by that? Well, I need to hear you say, I have an emergency fund, I budget, I can actually afford this rental property and it's going to make me cash flow. My credit is in check. I will have no problem getting my property financed. I'd like to hear all those good things when someone is saying that they're interested in real estate. What are the things I don't want to hear? Well, I have $100,000 in credit card debt. My credit is bad. My car is, about to be repoed. Like, I don't want to hear those things. I want you to be financially set on a personal level before you venture out into investments. Why is this so important, guys? This is so important because if you get into real estate and you don't understand things like budgeting and paying off your debt, when it comes to the tough times or hard times or even getting into real estate in general, you won't understand all of the financial terms and intricacies of getting into an investment. If a person doesn't know how to budget, then they won't know how to look at a P&L on the rental property and understand how to cut down expenses. If you can't cut down expenses in your personal life, you will not be able to cut down expenses the right way on a rental property. So I want you to be successful in getting into real estate. And to do that, I believe that it's very important that you have your personal stuff taken care of before you get into rental properties or real estate in general. Number two, guys, a deal is a deal. What is that, right? A deal is a deal. In the word deal, I know the definition of it, like I say a deal, and that's what it actually means, getting a deal. Finding something that fits into your criteria. Like, I will use myself for an example. I like to be in that 15% cash on cash return. What is your criteria? Is your criteria 10? Is your criteria 5? It all depends on your local area. And a lot of times people will decide, I just want to get into real estate because I have the money and I want my money to grow right now. And they're willing to get into any deal that they possibly can get their hands on, or any property. I'm not gonna even call it a deal. They're willing to spend any amount of money on any property just to get into real estate so they can say, I have my first rental property, or I have a bunch of rental properties. But they're horrible properties, horrible deals. They're horrible situations that you put yourself in. Maybe you're not making any money in cash flow. Maybe you're negative in cash flow. Maybe the appreciation isn't as good as you thought it would be, but you rushed into this deal, you overpaid on this property, and now it's gonna take you 8 years to get your money back on that overpayment that you paid into it. And now you're just thinking, oh man, I dislike real estate so much. That's what I'm trying to help you avoid. If you're trying to get into real estate, you have to find deals, guys. I will, for sure, if I see a deal in this market that fits my criteria, you can bet that I'm going to buy that deal. If it meets my criteria of good cash flow, appreciation, and my taxes, I'm all in. Where is that deal? Does it meet that criteria? Does it meet your criteria? Then yes, go for it. I have no issue with that. I just have an issue when individuals want to overpay for a property, or they want to jump into real estate just to say, I jumped into real estate, but they have no clue on what a mistake they just bought in a property because they didn't do any due diligence. Okay, so number three, guys, jobs and tenants. So the whole point of getting into real estate, guys, and rental properties is that we want to have really good tenants. We want to have an ample amount of tenants to choose from, not a small group of individuals to choose from, but ample, right? And how do we do that? Jobs. You need to look at your local area and you need to see, do I have companies coming to this area? Do I have companies that are creating jobs? And what does that mean for you if you are in the market to purchase rental property, or if you already own rental property? That means those people that are going to get those jobs are going to need housing. And that's what you're there for. You're there to accommodate them in finding that housing and renting from you. That's the reason why I tell individuals that if you're going to buy, make sure you look at your local area. Make sure that you're not trying to buy in these rural areas where 1 to 2 businesses control the whole market. And if those businesses fail, then where does that leave you? That leaves you with everybody trying to leave that area and you holding on to real estate. I am seeing that in multiple markets, especially with the pandemic happening. With the pandemic happening, we got a really good taste of that, where people didn't pivot and businesses were closed. It was controlled by one company. Then what does that mean? That means that everybody left, and that means you're left with real estate that nobody will really want to rent from, or the rent went down, the appreciation went down, and now it's a mad sell of everyone trying to get rid of that property instead of trying to buy property. And you don't want that. What I'm trying to get at is make sure that you are doing your due diligence and saying, is this area a good area where people want to be? Is this a good area where it's growing? Is this a good area where companies are coming and there is job growth? Because job growth equals dollars in your pocket. Okay, so number four, guys, is financing, guys. Real estate investing is not possible, not at the level we're doing it right now, not at the level where you can make money and it's competitive with all other types of investment without financing and leverage, right? We need financing and leverage. And if you are unable to get financing and leverage, then real estate, to me, does not make sense. I will never buy real estate all cash. That's just not me. I will always have leverage. So if you're unable to get financing and get good financing terms, then maybe you should wait on trying to get into real estate. There were some instances in this pandemic where banks shut down. Banks were like, we're not lending to anyone new. We will just deal with our workout loans. Workout loans are loans that they already have that went into trouble, and they just started working on their existing customer base, existing loans. They were not doing any new deals or new businesses. That I had to slow down because banks weren't lending, right? So if banks aren't lending, then yes, you will be forced to slow down like myself. And if that is still the case in your local area, then yes, you will probably have to wait, or maybe look in a different market. But as a first deal, let's try to stay in your market. I think the best thing you can do is try to learn your market well and try to figure out if you're able to make things happen in your local market before you try to move out. So what am I trying to say at the end of the day? There are people who are saying, Orlando, come on. Are you saying buy or are you saying wait? What I'm saying is you should always buy a deal if it's a deal. I never slow down on buying real estate on deals. I will not overpay for a property. I will not put myself in the hole to purchase a property. No matter if I have the money ready to go and I just want money to grow, I will not do it. I always buy good deals. A good deal now is a good deal. 10 years from now is a good deal. 100 years. A good deal is a good deal. And that's the way that I look at it. If a deal comes to me and it's a good deal, I'm gonna buy it. But if we have a situation where I can't get financing, if you're in a situation where your credit is messed up and you're not financially, personally ready for that, then you should probably wait. But if you're able to do everything that I said and your area is great, you find a good property, buy it, guys. Do not wait on it. So I hope you got value out of this content, and I'm gonna need you to watch this next video. This next video here will help you get into your first rental property or multiple properties. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.